session 3 of JKVM Live Katba. Memara pucho आज सठान की welcome using word शु Kashmiri pet kya dapan. So I got a very conflicting answers, but end of the day, Deepji was my guru, who said ki swagat is the right word to use. So Hunara Sani swagat JKVM live show session 3 Smas. On my screen you can see there are some things like 46 and there's a temperature which is also being displayed. We are in the 46th day of lockdown, and Yaman Chetajin Dohon Jammu Kashmir Vichar Manch Karkushi Sataki, we get in some value to the lockdown community who are enjoying. Some are together, some are stuck up at some places with the families, with the kids. So we try to create certain kind of an engagement in the evenings for all the family. Shuru with the Gash Taruk team performing live at a particular time. Hafta Brontos Satan Garmas Kachalan ki Az Kus gave live, which has changed to now to a week. Week end split Kus gave. Then we had a session. We've started a session called Gen Next Talk Series, using focus to young generation pet. We had interesting sessions with people with stalwarts of the community, which are generally from the education side. YouTube focused on various topics which are around management, around planning, around attitude, and such topics where very senior professors and other people have been addressing the kids. It's on a Zoom session. Yatma's Sawal Jawab Hekan Depit lively, and there's a discussion which happens. And in Sunday to be session, Shri Kuldeep Khoda Sahab will be part of the kids, and they have been very nice sessions going on. And we live Kathbaat Kare Shuru off late Ishut show, where we have been trying to focus on general entertainment and discussion with very energetic young stalwarts, seniors of the community who have performed, who have contributed to the community and to the country. And under such series today, we welcome, we have a very young gent star of the community who has done very well for himself and for his family and for the community. And I'm sure he is going to do very well for the country. Please welcome Akshay Labroo ji. Welcome, Akshay. You're live on the page. And I hope people are able to see us.
Thank you very much. A very good evening to everybody. Namaskar, Sai.
So I would really appreciate if somebody can write on the Facebook page. There is a chat that hope we are visible and audible well to everyone. Yes, I think we are. Okay. Oh, I think there are very many fans of Akshay ji who know you more than me. I also did a little bit of research here and there, so I can see in the comments they know a little bit more than me about you. So, Farmesh Wiki Batayams. Anyway, it's Akshay ji, thanks a lot for joining us. Let me take a little bit of time, although I've introduced you on the Facebook page. Akshay ji has been a 2018 batch IS officer. Currently, he is posted in Tripura, and he is connected to us from Agartala. He has been in BA Political Science honors in Ramdas College in Delhi. He is a dipsite. I think that's how you call yourself.
And from Jammu. To put it like that, but I think now it's picked up as a term.
Okay, so he's from Jammu, born and brought up in Jammu, and he has been in Jammu and then in Delhi, and now after qualifying for the IAS. He's now he was earlier in with the with Nirmala Sethuraman in her department as an OSD, and now I think he's from some time past some time in Agartala. So Akshay ji, बेईमाना तो स्वागत, खुशामदीद, which I was trying to find a word for this welcome, Kashmir word. Magar swagat was the nice best thing which I could understand to the show. So
very much.
thank you, welcome.
Shukriya.
So before we start, we wanted to have a there is the Itati Shur Ezik Che ya Tuhn's generation hinche. They have this generally the affiliation towards corporate world. So just as a question, what made you think to get into government side of this career? There's government and corporate, so you decided to go in government. So what is it? What motivated you to get into the government side?
So बहुत शुरुआत से, in fact, when I was in school, I used to sit with my father. और वो जब भी न्यूज़ देखते थे, तो मेरे को बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग लगता था कि ये क्या हो रहा है, कैसे हो रहा है, ये कैबिनेट मीटिंग क्या होती है. I used to keep asking him all these questions, and I think if he's watching it, he would remember. The light has just gone off.
Oh,
So I don't know.
that's very nice. That's
It
I
might be
I can
audible.
hear you. You are audible.
But I'm sure.
You are not visible. This is the Tripura for Agartala, and I'm sure light will come back.
Am I audible at least?
You are audible. You are audible. You are audible. You can go ahead, Akshayji.
I can probably go ahead and speak and hope
Yeah,
that the
you can
light
go
comes
ahead.
back.
Yeah, and hope the light comes back. And I don't know whether you have a candle. We will have a candle light interview. It could be a different experience altogether.
Am I
But
audible
you
if
can.
I can just get a message on the
Yeah. You are
chat that
audible.
you've given me?
Oh, you are audible. Oh, sorry, you can see me. Yes, you are audible. Am I audible to you? You can hear me, Akshay?
I can hear you now.
Yeah, okay. So you can continue. You are audible, you can continue.
So I used to keep asking him all these questions कि ये cabinet meeting कैसे होती है, ये कौन सा cabinet secretary क्या होता है, what is this chief secretary level review meeting, and I'm pretty sure he would after a point be like कितना सवाल पूछेगा, how many questions do you have about these things. Even I can just answer some of those questions, not all the questions. But right from that time, I was very interested in how things operate in the public service sector, government, administration. Then the second thing was I was very clear कि मेरे को maths नहीं पढ़ना है. I was dreadful of mathematics, and even though class 10 में I scored a very good number, मुझे पता था I am not going to choose non-medical. तो मेरा engineering की तरफ रुझाव नहीं था because of the mathematics. And even biology, even though it was more interesting than mathematics, but somehow it never took me to that level where I wanted to spend many years in medicine. In dono ko milake, I decided I will do something in public service. मेरा initial plan था कि I will probably do a master's in the public policy. Probably I'll score a scholarship and go outside. But when I started getting this internship and I worked in the government, the seniors started telling me कि तुम UPSC का पेपर दे के देखो, why don't you give it a try. And I was very sure कि नहीं होगा मुझसे. इतने 4-5 लाख लोग बैठते हैं, उसमें बैठ के एग्जाम क्वालिफाई करना, प्रीलिम्स, मेंस एंड देन गोइंग टू द इंटरव्यू राउंड, it is not going to be easy. But I was given that push by my seniors in the government, in the bureaucracy, and I took up the paper. Prelims हो गया, उसके बाद मेंस हो गया, फिर इंटरव्यू कॉल आ गई, उसके बाद इंटरव्यू हो गया, and then finally when the list came in, I had secured a rank, and that's how I came to the service. And I must tell you, even though when you serve in the interiors, as you can see, sometimes the light is not there, sometimes you don't have the best of the conditions, but every single day of my career so far has been very satisfying, extremely satisfying. So I'm very happy where I am.
Okay, very interesting. So you mean to say tohe buzu pani diluk zyada izin मतलब जनरली ना गाड़ी का सा प्रेशर है इंजीनियरिंग हसा च करें या च मैथ ही पारुन या च बायोलॉजी पारुन ये च पारुन एंड पता च पारुन इसके there is a set pattern a set pattern च question मज आसान be particularly in although from last 5-7 years things have changed but still touch a set pattern ki ये च कारण. So, but somehow you could manage that pressure off by your own
But
thing.
I also, for that, have to give credit to my parents, both my father and my mother. उनका ये काफी they were very sure about one thing. They said, whatever you want to do, make sure that you do it with absolute dedication. अगर engineering नहीं करनी है, medicine नहीं करना है, थोड़ा non-conventional है, but whatever you want to do, just do it with 100% dedication and we are with you. So that's मामला से also the but lucky कि my parents were very supportive.
अच्छा.
और हर step पे they were only a force multiplier.
Okay.
So I cannot
That's
say
good.
कि मैंने rebel करके ये यहाँ तक पहुंचा हूँ. It is only because of their support and my passion to serve in the public service. So put together.
Okay. So when you say passion, you said a very interesting word कि passion के आसुन कुन चीज़ यूजन आजकल सटा सोचन कि can you detail a little bit more on this passion? This is a very interesting lafaz which you can explain better to us, the passion part of it.
I think everybody, every individual has some inkling towards which sector, which field, what sector they want to serve in. सबका होता है, किसी का mathematical genius बहुत ज़्यादा होता है, तो they're very good at and very passionate about solving physics related problems, graphs, maths, calculus. कुछ लोगों का sports की तरफ होता है, जैसे हमने I think yesterday the guest who had come for your first talk,
Yeah.
he was passionate about speaking, journalism. Some people are passionate towards singing, dancing. Some people are passionate towards just going into academics. And some people take some time to find where they actually want to serve, which sector they really want to join. तो पैशन सबको पता होता है, ऐसा नहीं है कि पैशन ढूंढने के लिए किसी को मुश्किल होती है, पर उस पैशन के साथ रह के उस सेक्टर में घुसना और डेडिकेशन से उस पैशन को रियलिटी में ट्रांसलेट करना, आई थिंक दैट इज वेयर द स्ट्रगल इज. एंड आई बिलीव if you are true to yourself, if you look within yourself, you know what your passion is. So I don't think I need to tell anybody about passion.
Okay. So you mean to say that there is a passion which somebody has to look into your heart and understand from the mind and the heart and see that
And
the
not be
passion
weak
is there.
and not be weak and decide to just join the rat race because you're scared to follow your passion. कि ये चलो engineering ज़्यादा easy है, यही कर लेते हैं, या एक particular field में घुस के banking कर लेते हैं. If you're not passionate about it and you're ready to toil and आप कोशिश करने में कोई पीछा नहीं छोड़ेंगे, तो आपको definitely you should work on your passion.
Okay.
I think that time is gone when especially the community that we belong to had to make those difficult choices कि passion छोड़ो, अभी survival पे ध्यान दिया जाए. I think that time is gone. Our generation is lucky now to have moved beyond that.
Yes. So how do you see you would have done your graduation around about 8 years back, 7 years. How many years back? 7 years back.
I graduated in 2014.
14. So 6 years. 6 years back. So
Yes.
how do you see the your that time I'm sure you would have a lot of Kashmiri friends in Jammu, and ho- do you see a change in their, the way you will look at passion, and the way that your generation looks at passion today versus you would have seen your uncles who in the, your uncles, mamas, yeah, mummy inside, yeah, gar inside, even elders che thoda sa, even late 30s, early 40s, they also have different agenda. So do you see that change in the agenda in the generation which you belong to now, in terms of passion, in terms of profession, in terms of doing things different?
I think डेफिनेटली एक चेंज तो आया है. अभी आप देख रहे हैं कि आज के टाइम में हमारी जनरेशन जो हमारी कम्युनिटी की है वो सिर्फ कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर में नहीं जा रही है. इट इज ऑल्सो चूजिंग जर्नलिज्म बिग टाइम. इट इज ऑल्सो चूजिंग पब्लिक सर्विस. मेरे ही साल में राहुल भट्ट करके एक और मेरे बैचमेट थे, वो
Yeah,
क्वालिफाइड द
yeah,
एग्जाम. देयर आर मेनी
that's
मोर
right.
पीपल हु नाउ वांट टू जॉइन सर्विसेज. देन people are also joining the creative field. A lot of people are joining the Indian film industry, Indian television. So change तो definitely visible है. But I still think that अभी भी थोड़ा सा वो survival instinct. Let's not go the full mile. I think अगर वो छोड़ के अब हम अपने passion के ऊपर और जहां आप जिस सेक्टर में जाना चाहते हैं उस पर ध्यान दें तो बहुत ज्यादा बेटर होगा. And I think you can see the trend.
Okay. And you're a live proof that passion works, and you succeed if you have a passion towards a thing. Okay. And you know can you tell
विनोद
us
जी आपकी
something?
आवाज कट रही है.
कट रही है? अच्छा. Okay, I think it'll go a little bit here and there, and it will continue going up and down. That is how the connectivity is. Is it better now?
I'm not able to hear you properly, Vinod ji.
Acha. Okay, I can hear you well. I can hear you well. So is this better now? Uh, Let me. I
Hello.
think I'm. Yeah, yeah. Is it better now? Okay.
Hello.
Yeah,
You're not audible, Vinod ji.
I'm not at all audible. Okay. Let me type you a question which I'll send you. I can hear you.
Okay, now I can hear
This
you.
okay. I think this is some issue in the connectivity which comes. So if I go to your growing up years, you've grown up in Jammu. You've grown up, although you were born a little bit after the migration. मगर जेमित us
Yes.
situation us different, things were different with families. Do you have any memories of your growing years of the migration years, which we call 90s? Although you must be young, but still you'll have some memories of that.
No, no. Memaracha memory, and that memory was very stark when it came to my maternal side, my mother's family. And
Hmm.
my mother's side used to be living in Tokyo, and they had acres of land in Tokyo. And you can see the pictures, beautiful house, beautiful orchards. But when they came to Jammu, they lived in Janipur quarters, which was one single room, and it was occupied by at least six, seven members. So obviously it is very vivid and stark in that sense. It is only
Mhm.
after many years that they moved into a residential house for themselves. But otherwise, कॉलोनी में रहना, जानीपुर कॉलोनी में लक्टिस कामरसमंस सवेरी 5 नफर इक्वेट शोंगान कोई नीचे सो रहा है कोई बेड पे सो रहा है. Definitely I remember this.
Okay. The usually तो you know कशुर जो है कान अक्षय जी तो बुरियत बड़ा असल. I really applaud you for this. कि इस generation में कशुर बोलून कशुर पे बिल्कुल वार्तालाप करूँ. You can do it very well. Although we don't have fluency always, we switch on between English and Kashmiri. But usually culture language
Mm-hmm.
amok influence kat peta hota hai. You know, it's from although you said ki your dad's side was in Jammu for a little bit before migration, but mom was from Sukpur Badgum, so shayad booz nu side bhi look okay.
जी.
What was the influential in influencing your growing up years on your culture and on your roots? Who influenced you more, and how did it work out?
लैंग्वेज की बात करें कि वाई I can speak Kashmiri is primarily because of my nani,
Mm-hmm.
and because when I was a kid, that Janipur quarter was asan variya jai ginna khatra. So I would often
Ah,
go from my house to the quarters of my to just play with my friends. And because I would spend a lot of time with my nani, and my nani used to speak in Kashmiri only. She was primarily fluent in Kashmiri. So because of that, I picked up the language. And everybody else in the family, dadi, mother, father, they would also then converse with me in Kashmiri. So I think that is the reason we had just Hakan Kashur.
okay.
Prime credit goes to my nani for that.
Okay. No, kosher. तक कुछ ऐसे बसा ये influence on a character or on attitude of a person. अगर सो पन्निस culture the पन्निस roots and sweet as attached. You know, you are actually you are in civil services where a lot of emphasis is on the roots, which is drilled a lot. So how do you see कि अगर ये जाए पे कहाँ नफर शु if he has knowledge, if he has about his culture, about his roots, you कुता influential शु in your career, in your growing up and your attitude towards life. How much do you see its influence and how much do you see its importance?
आपकी आवाज फिर से बीच में कट रही है. I would just request you if you can just type it out in terms of what exactly or what is the nutshell of the question. I can be much better in answering. I can hear the influence. You were talking about influence of, but I could not hear.
Okay, let me ask it again. How much do you think that if you are rooted to your culture and it has an influence on a person's personality? If you're more rooted to a culture, if you're less rooted to a culture, how much does it influence the personality of a person?
विनोद जी आप टाइप भी करते जाइए बीच बीच में.
Okay,
Whatever
okay,
you're saying, that will be really helpful for me. But I can understand that what you're trying to say is perhaps कि अगर आप कल्चर में रूटेड होते हैं तो आपकी पर्सनालिटी पे क्या इन्फ्लुएंस आता है. I
exactly.
think if that is the question,
Yeah.
I think जब भी आप अपने कल्चर में रूटेड रहते हैं, हर कल्चर में there are certain values, there are certain great concepts that you can only be a part of and you can understand if you have been rooted in that culture. अब जैसे जो कश्मीरी वैल्यू है, जो हमारी कम्युनिटी की वैल्यूज हैं, जो कल्चर से डिराइव होती हैं, which is आप एजुकेशन को प्राइम मान के चलिए. आप जो भी करना चाहते हैं उसको अगर आप टैक्टफुली करें तो मच बेटर, या मॉडेस्टी से चलें, मॉडेस्टी के साथ पोलाइट होकर फोर्सफुल होकर अपना काम करना कैसे होता है, वो आपको आपके कल्चर्स की जो इडियम्स हैं उनसे मिलता है. ऐसी बहुत चीजें हैं. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल many people keep reciting this particular idiom in Kashmiri कि जब तक काम हो ना जाए उसको मानिए मत कि काम हो गया. And so I think these values a give you that worldview. Second, I think जब आप कल्चर में रूटेड रहते हैं then you can appreciate the beauty of community, the value of communitarian association slightly more than if you're not part of that deep rooted culture. So I think that is largely it. Values, outlook, and being helpful towards your community. I think that is what I have gained and what I've tried to absorb in my personality. I still have a long way to go. अभी तो बात ही हो रही है, but I hope I can follow that.
Okay. Very nice. So if we move to a little bit ahead, when you were passionate about your getting into the government service, and am I audible to you now?
जी.
Okay. So
Yes, you are.
how do you see a lot of new gen has this inhibition कि government is मस्त नौकरी करेंगे कल दो. It is tough. It is not I'm not talking about the commercial side of it. Commercial side, I think now many people understand it is okay, but still they have this inhibition ki achu kalado, the systems are bad, it is tough. And now you are in government and you have been working from a few years into it. What do you see? How do you see it? How do you perceive it? You Agos passion, pachukasan kusat ki passion moklo machu systems mas samit yichu karon. So do you see that kind of a boring thing comes into picture? यार ये तो ऐसे ये गलत हुआ. What is your perception? How do you see it now?
I I think government sector is a very exciting sector to work in. आप इनफैक्ट जितना कंपटीशन और जितना कट थ्रोट लाइफस्टाइल कंपटीशन आपको कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर में मिलता है उसका आई डोंट थिंक इवन हाफ ऑफ दैट एग्जिस्ट इन गवर्नमेंट. जो कट थ्रोट कंपटीशन कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर में एवरीबडी इज ट्राइंग टू कट यू ऑफ बिकॉज इफ यू मूव अहेड उनके बोनस पे इम्पैक्ट होगा, वो गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर में नहीं है. दैट इज नंबर वन. नंबर टू, द अपॉर्चुनिटी. आप देखिए कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर में अगर आप एक कंपनी में हैं, आप उस कंपनी की प्रॉफिट्स, वैल्यूज या उस कंपनी की रीच वो बढ़ा सकते हैं. बट आप सोसाइटी पे अगर एक लार्ज इंपैक्ट लाने में ज्यादा इंटरेस्टेड हैं, देयर इज नो अदर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन अदर देन गवर्नमेंट. और आप देखिए, जैसे मैं अपनी बात करूंगा, पिछले एक साल में देयर वाज अ केस जहां पे वन लेडी वाज slightly not mentally in the sound condition, had she was missing for 5 years and she was languishing in an NGO in Patna. Somehow we got that information कि वो पटना में हैं. That information reached me through one of my batchmates. फिर हमने पूरा अरेंजमेंट किया, फाइनेंशियल असिस्टेंस दिलवा के उनकी फैमिली को यहाँ से भेजा, आइडेंटिफाई करिए, वापस लेके आइए, एंड गवर्नमेंट विल स्पॉन्सर दैट. एंड आफ्टर 5 years शी केम बैक टू हर रेजिडेंस इन त्रिपुरा. अब देखिए, ये इस तरह का इम्पैक्ट, इस तरह की सेटिस्फैक्शन आपको गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर में ही मिलेगी. आप इनफैक्ट अभी आज आने से पहले इस लाइव चैट में आने से पहले ही, जस्ट एन आवर बिफोर दैट, we got a case where a lady has filed a complaint against the building association of her own residence. Flats में रहती हैं वो, उनका बेटा. Okay, the light is here.
Oh, light आ गई है. You talked about nice ladies and people around you. A lot of good work you've done, so your light has come back. रोशनी आ गई.
उनका बेटा है 6 साल का and he's suffering from autism. And he is advised to go on the terrace to play if he wants to keep his health good. But terrace पे कोई उनको जाने नहीं दे रहा है. तो आप देखिए, वो that mother came to our office and she said, can you please do something about it? My residential mates are not allowing us to go to the terrace. And we got it done. अब that kind of an impact. अब देखिए, 6 साल का बच्चा है, he's already mentally not that sound. And that mother was crying, but you have the authority to do such things. Child marriage हमने रुकवाई. Again, in this 1 year that I was here in the district, that child did not want to get married. We intervened and we got it done. So if that is the sort of impact you are interested in, then you don't have any more any other sector which is as exciting as government sector.
Truly said. The kind of influence you can do on the public life and the people, and you can is definitely government has all the means and ways to do it versus a corporate life where there are things are very different. And I'm from the corporate world, so things are very focused, very मतलब ये सड़क पे चलना है, left right कहीं नहीं जाना है. You have here a wide field. You if you are
And again,
interested.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to sound like somebody who's critical of the corporate sector. Corporate sector has its own value, but it depends if you are the sort of person who wants to create this sort of an impact. Government sector बहुत exciting है, बहुत exciting है.
Good. Very nice. I'm sure the generation which wants to have inhibitions about government, they are listening, and I'm sure they're appreciating these points about how it's possible and it is nice to be in government. And thank you very much for these very interesting insights on how you're coping with the new government life. But generally, ये file movement, the kasanchi, which happens in government. So isn't it boring? I'm asking you again and again. Isn't it boring? But generally, file ऐसा कहीं एक पे और वैसा कहीं और
Not at
भाई
all.
ऐसा
I really
चाहिए.
enjoy file work.
अच्छा.
It is very interesting, in fact, the kind of files that come to you.
हम्म.
उसमें आपके लैंड के केसेस होंगे. आप देखेंगे कि भाई जो लैंड है गवर्नमेंट के पास, उसको कैसे आपको अलॉट करना है. आपके कोर्ट केसेस हैं. आप I have disposed of few cases under section 107 of CRPC, जिसमें कोई सोसाइटी को इम्पैक्ट कर रहा है गलत तरीके से, उसको कोर्ट में लाते हैं. उसको हम बोलते हैं कि आप बॉन्ड सबमिट करो, पैसा दो, और अदरवाइज विल बी पुट एक्शन विल बी टेकन अगेंस्ट यू. अब इन फाइल्स को पढ़ने में अलग मजा है. I really enjoy it, and writing it off, disposing it off in the right manner, it's very interesting. Again, I find it very interesting, and each file will have some impact on somebody in the society.
I understand. Yeah, that's true. The government has more influence on all the public life and the people, how they operate it. Okay, Akshay ji, moving to another point, you have been, you are, you an explorer of the culture and language you have learned, and I'm sure your hobbies are, which I could understand from the Facebook page and whatever I could understand. You love music, you love. You're not into photography and all. Mostly music is what and poetry and music is what
I'm
interests you.
a terrible photographer.
Terrible photographer. But photo chijan, whatever I see on the Facebook,
मेरे
pictures
friend
are very
circle
nice.
में, no, but most of them are taken by somebody else in my family or friend circle.
अच्छा, okay.
वो जब भी मेरे पास फोन आता है तो मेरा फ्रेंड सर्कल कहता है कि नहीं, तुम बाहर जाओ, कोई और फोटो खींचेगा, तुमसे नहीं होगा.
अच्छा, very nice.
So I am a very bad photographer.
So music में what
ये लाइव करने के लिए भी एंगल वैंगल I don't know.
That's right. So who did that angle, setting up everything? So in the music industry, in the music part of it, what is that? Which kind of music you like? Is it classical, Hindi, Bollywood music? कुछ पसंद?
I like all kinds of music. मेरी कोई ऐसी I'm not fussy about कि ऐसा ही होना चाहिए, but I enjoy ghazals. I enjoy soft music, soft contemporary Bollywood music. I even enjoy Kashmiri music, Punjabi music, but वो loud वाला नहीं, but the slightly more soothing sort of a Punjabi music is also very interesting. But when you are out there, you're in a party, then the loud music. I listen to English music also.
Okay. So Kashmir music यूजन छु अगर इस आज चेस Kashmir channel पे अगर इस Kashmir music की बात करो तो तुम the favorite singer कुछ Kashmir music में?
एक्चुअली प्रॉब्लम क्या है कि मेरे बहुत सारे फेवरेट सिंगर्स वो हैं जो मेहंदी रात में वो गाते हैं. I have not heard many of my singers or many of the singers from the community on the cassettes or on the YouTube channels. But most of my understanding of Kashmiri music is through Elish Gasanis Moins Ratasmans.
अच्छा.
वो night भर बैठना, I used to enjoy just sitting there listening to the music. Bachkotos Nathan, Tatos Panun Mazlagan. So I was very happy whenever I had to go for the Moinsrat. I would skip Bharat, but Moinsrat, if I had the time, I would go. But
Oh.
I think Vijay Malla Saab was very good. Some of his songs are extremely good. If I'll share a story with you, I was very young. I think I was in school, 5th or 6th standard, and Malla Saab wanted some kids to help him out with some chorus part of the song that he was preparing for. And I have actually trained under him for some time. That was long back.
Oh. Wow.
So I had the opportunity to hear him live for many days. So he was very good. Then I think Aba Hanjura has just come up, who's trying to blend the Kashmiri music with the modern techniques. She's very good.
Yeah. Okay. That's interesting to hear
Then
Abba's
Biba
name.
Saraf, she's also very good. I think she sings some of those songs very well. वो बेलते माधव का एक है उनका, बेलते माधव नहीं, sorry, there's one particular bhajan that she sings very well. I'd seen it on Twitter. और दिलबरो में भी जो उन्होंने पार्ट गाया है, that was also very interesting. So I think these are some of the names. But my favorite is वो मेहंदी रात में वो जो live music होता है, वो छक्कर music याद से मनाना. That is my favorite.
I would wish, as I say, Gautam ji, it be Gash Taruk team. I'm sure you would have heard, I spit my Akhret was Chalan program, Gash Taruk set up Bachogyo for 1 hour live. Although Chakkar was not there, but it was very soothing.
I in fact checked out.
Yeah, tell me.
I in fact checked out one of the videos where kids were singing, and they're so talented. I'm forgetting the name. I'm sorry, but that one guy who's got slight mustache and slightly funky hair, वो बहुत बेहतरीन गाया है. So my compliments to him.
Gautam.
And I think when we find such talent as people from the community or in senior positions, we should give it our best to help them out and get them to that platform where they can showcase their talent. I don't think they need to be limited to just Facebook pages. They should go out, and we should all put in our support to help them out and reach the biggest platforms in the country.
Okay. Actually, just a minute. I'll just want to show you something which I.
मैं गाश तारुक की ही बात कर रहा हूँ.
हाँ, I could understand. गाश तारुक में एक संजीव गौतम है हमारे, जो आप जिसकी आप बात कर रहे हो. I'll just show you if it gets loaded. I'll just show a picture which I think you want to talk about a little bit more about this. This is something which I saw a video on your Facebook page, which is in Lal Bahadur Shastri. Can you see this video? Not video, this screenshot. This is what on the stage you performed in LBSNA.
I can't see it right now.
You can't see it. Now you can see it.
I think I know what picture you're talking about.
Okay.
Because
so
I can't see it, but I think the picture must be about the performance that we had.
Yeah, the performance you had
in the academy.
In the academy, yeah, that's what I was talking about. So in this picture, we wanted to understand.
It was a very interesting time.
Mm-hmm.
वो हमारी academy में एक India Day करके होता है, where everybody is supposed to showcase the culture and the heritage from where they belong. And Rahul and I, we were very sure कि हम थोड़ा authentic Kashmiri India Day पे दिखाएंगे. So we didn't want to just limit to a Bumro or Rind Poshmal, Ginned Rai. We performed a Kashmiri Pandit wedding, जिसमें 3 parts में हमने किया. And the finale of that act was Khan Majkur. And in fact, I played the part of that Bachkot that I was talking about.
Achha,
I made those swirls. Rahul was the narrator, and he was the concept behind the act. And I must tell you, your response as mule that playuk, it was unexpected. And all the lady officer trainees of the 2018 batch who were wearing the firan, who were wearing the athor, dejhor, they were so amused by that whole costume, that whole vibe. कि performance खत्म होने के बाद भी जब dinner था, they did not change their costume. They were like, no, we have to get pictures clicked. We have to understand ये अठोर कैसे काम करता है. They all got like group selfies. Somebody from Delhi, somebody from Karnataka, somebody from Punjab. All of these people came together, and now all of these are such enterprising officers. कोई दिल्ली में SDM है, कोई पेरिस में consulate में है.
Okay.
And everybody was a part of that process. It was very, very enjoyable.
Okay. So, they Rahul was also part of your same batch, or he was in a different batch?
No, he was my batchmate, and we had a lot of fun in Mussoorie together.
Acha. Okay. Okay, good. Interesting to know that. And so I'm sure you said Vijay Malla is your favorite. So can you कुछ गुनगुनाया जाए कि ये क्यों तो बोझ नहीं विजय मल्ला का कोई भी गाना जो आपका फेवरेट हो? I get lot बेशी इतिमा बोझ सेटा साइडस ना comments आत्मा चीमा सेटा कि you are a good singer also. This is what I get from the Facebook chat on the right side. I have that you are a good singer also. So I don't know. So can we have something on from Vijay Malla or whatever you like?
मेरे को ज़्यादा याद नहीं है, but I remember he used to sing this song very well, and I can just try it out.
Sure.
It was something like this. Hoş vın bagıç, hoş gondariye, Griskur nazanin sondariye.
Baba.
Swargıç himal, kafıç pariye, kafıç pariye, Griskur nazanin sondariye. Griskur nazanin sondariye. Those are the only two lines I remember. So.
Okay. I'm so sorry, I'm not able to get the screen of two together. Somehow something is not working. So the any other humming song Vijay Malla साहब तो खजाना है. I think your voice is very 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 nice. It has a lot of resonance. You had trained, you said, but you left it in between, or it was कि मजा नहीं आया बाद में सीखने में?
No, it was just a 10-day. It was just a 10-day thing.
अच्छा.
वो 10 दिनों के बाद वो पेरेंट्स को लगता है कि वहीं का वारिया शोर शराब का वारिया वहीं का अब एग्जाम्स आ रहे हैं ना वो जो पारे करे. So I think for 10 days I was able to manage.
Okay.
But then when it got extended beyond 10 days, my parents said, now your exams are coming, you better focus on that.
Okay. That's
so
interesting.
The calendar did not match properly.
That's true. Interesting, Akshayji. So, besides that, I'm sure that you are many of the people in the audience may not be knowing that you are not married yet. So a lot of but if I tell all the audience that you are engaged, तो काफी लोगों को शायद लगेगा यार क्या हो गया ये गलत हो गया. So, but I should say that you are engaged, and so when did you get engaged?
I got engaged last year in the month of July.
Okay.
And in fact, Abhishri and I had our plan was to get married in the month of April this year. But thanks to the Corona lockdown, it will be a winter wedding now.
Uh-huh.
So
So when is the wedding now?
Nobody knows when this lockdown will be over. Hopefully at 8 o'clock we'll get to know what is progressing ahead on that
Mm-hmm.
when the
So,
honorable prime minister is going to speak to the country. But अभी फिलहाल lockdown हो जाए उसके बाद families and the elders can sit down and decide. But
okay.
originally in April we were supposed to get married.
अच्छा वो अप्रैल was तैयारी us पर sorry मतलब अप्रैल तैयारी us done. I'm saying अप्रैल की तैयारी सारी हो गई थी.
प्राइमरी तैयारी हो गई थी.
अच्छा.
प्राइमरी तैयारी हो गई थी. घर वालों ने सब करके रखा था. अभिश्री के साइड से भी मेरी साइड से भी. But then because of these unexpected circumstances, as has been the case with everything else, things were had to be modified and hopefully will be modified.
So if I ask you a little bit more about Abhishri, that's what they said. She was where did you meet her? She met in Delhi College, or it is in Ramjas College, or it is where did you meet her?
So she's also my batchmate, 2018 batch, Indian Revenue Services Income Tax Officer. हम लोग भी मसूरी में मिले. एक cultural night थी. That's when we started talking, and from there on we had like a very strong, interesting friendship. Academy जब खत्म भी हो गई, even then we were in touch, and eventually we realized that let us take this to our parents because this seems like a bond that you'd want to translate into a longer term, forever sort of a situation. And I must tell you that almost 1 year back is when I had the first dinner with Uncle Auntie Avishri's parents.
Okay.
And today she's become such an integral part of not just my life, but the whole family.
Okay. Interesting. So we wish
और
you good
जितनी
luck.
वो meticulous planner है,
Okay, continue.
जितनी वो meticulous planner है, उतना ही मैं personal space में meticulous planner नहीं हूँ. So she compliments me very well that way.
Very nice. So I think ये जो आप कह रहे थे कि the way the angles should be done for the camera and all, I think ये उन्हीं का guidance और direction होना चाहिए.
I think so. Most of it is
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, I lost you in between. I don't know why. Akshay, I can you hear me, Akshay? Hello? Hello? I think just a minute, guys. I think we lost him for a minute. I can't hear you. Yeah, let's try to get him back. There's some problem. I am trying. Actually, I'm trying to get you back again. 1, 2, 3. No, it's not happening. So, can you try and to log in? I think we are not able to getting connected to him. कोशिश करो बे log in करने च. I'm just chat करा Cyrus में just excuse me for a minute. Let me see whether what is the issue. No. Disconnect. So till he is back, I don't know what we're going to talk about, but I can. I'm on a public chat right now, which is public chat is but अगर कोई के सवाल आसन have them note करे, they can be displayed once I get him back on the stream, and I hope he's able to get back on it. So let me go to the public chat. Let's play some Kashmiri song. Okay. Let me try. Music. I hope we have him. We don't have him on.
I can see you, Vinodji.
नहीं आया. Guys, I think I will also do a refresh. Maybe that will help in getting us back. Please excuse us for a minute. I'll do a refresh from my side also, so that maybe we will try to get back. Can you? Okay, let me call him. I hope you are able to see me back. Yes. Yeah, you're back. Are you able to hear me? It's interesting. We are back very much. Are you able to hear me? Okay. Fine, but I am not able to hear you somehow. I don't know what's the problem.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Yes. Okay. Sorry. Technology. Ichi karan pareshan ke saath iski that we don't know what to do.
ये टेक्नोलॉजी पे मुझे याद आ रहा है. My chachi who's a who teaches. So because of these Zoom classes and Google Hangouts, they have to sit in front of these small cameras every day to teach the kids. I can just empathize how she does it every day, and how teachers across the country suddenly from blackboard have to use this now. मतलब आज मुझे लग रहा है कि नहीं, it's a very big task. Network
it's a
maintenance.
What are your how do you you're alone at in Tripura, and how do you do your eating, cooking? Kosher khen chutai matlab obviously kyomu chu lakchar per sui the kosher khen ais pasand Tripuras mas go by very manage
I
kitne diga sai
have
kosher khen.
I have staff here that is attached to the circuit house. My quarters are in the circuit house, so the staff cooks for me, and in that sense is very helpful in taking care. But I've never been very fussy about food. मुझे सिंपल खाना मिल जाए, I'm quite happy. और मेरे को मछली बहुत पसंद है. त्रिपुरा
अच्छा.
में बंगाली टच बहुत ज्यादा है कल्चर का, तो यहाँ पे रोज मुझे अच्छी सी मछली मिल जाती है. I'm very happy.
So
But
you
I
are
want to,
you're a
I want to tell
seafood
you about this. I want to tell you about this particular thing कि हमारी फैमिली में तमालू को लेकर एक सहमति नहीं है.
अच्छा.
My sister and my father are die hard दमालू lovers. मेरी
Okay.
मदर और मैं फिर ओके मतलब खा लेंगे, कोई ऐसा वो शौक नहीं. अभी तक 50-50 था, बट अब जो पलड़ा है वो अर्पिता और डैड की तरफ ज्यादा भारी होगा, बिकॉज अविश्री इज ऑल्सो बिग टाइम दमालू लवर.
Oh wow,
तो उसको दमालू
interesting.
बहुत पसंद है. तो नाउ माय मदर एंड आई आर इन माइनॉरिटी.
अच्छा. So you are a
अदरवाइज आई
vegetarian side? मतलब घर में
नहीं
vegetarian नहीं? अच्छा. Okay.
कश्मीर बट कुछ वेजिटेरियन. आई एम सॉरी फॉर दोस.
ना ना dialogue छु बराबर. Kosher but kush vegetarian mango punsu very never amtist, so we shifted to vegetarian and all, but punsu very brought a story different. मतलब गार्डन पे क्यों याद देयर इज अ फेसबुक कमेंट आई एम श्योर तो ऐसे याद गार्ड बत इस आसान गार्ड बत उस आसान एक स्पेशल फंक्शन छ आसान कशीर में सारनी घर में छ ना आसान but most of the families have it. So, do you have some remembering of gaada battu, and now we are in Tripura eating gaada every day?
टिल द टाइम आई वाज इन जम्मू, हमारी नानी के घर से प्रॉपर इनवाइट आता था. एवरी ईयर वी यूज्ड टू हैव द गाड़बत इन मातामल.
अच्छा.
एंड आई हैव टू से दिस, नथिंग कैन मैच वो जो गाड़बत का गाड़ खाने का जो एक्सपीरियंस है. स्पेशली जो आपको पार्सल की तरह भेजा जाता है घर में, जो ठंडी गाड़ हो जाती है, पासुकारान बेई गरम पातियल सो खेवान तच्चो बे ज्यादा मजा लगा.
Oh, so Mara onu osa spoon. I'm sure many of the people on this I saw osa spoon yelis gaada thane ka sanche pati yelse be halka garam kare khawanche. That is awesome. Wonderful, wonderful. So the when Tripuras much gaada melan different thi. Machasan they are like cooked in lot of different taste. You know, it's a different stuff, but the garden thawan them taste barabar fry chikaran kam. Am I right?
No, but I like fried fish, so I have told my cook here that just give me fried fish. That's what I like.
अच्छा. Okay. तो रोगन जोश बनाऊन हिशनो था ना कैसे मुझे कुक बनून?
I'm not a very big fan of meat outside my home or
अच्छा.
from probably my own family.
Okay.
वो रोगन जोश आप घर पे ही खाते हैं, बाहर खाने में वो मजा नहीं.
Okay. Okay. Good. Good. Interesting. So I'm sure there are many people on this chat. I would really appreciate open for the questions. Any questions which you can ask? I'm on the right side seeing the chat box. Nepris के गार्ड बत उसमें any other question we can ask Akshay ji. So we so one more thing which wanted to ask you, in the childhood memory, what is the best memory you have? बचपन में सबसे अच्छी याद आपकी कौन सी रही होगी?
लार्जली पूरा बचपन ही बहुत मजेदार था. But I think 9th onwards, school was very interesting. It was a lot of fun.
Okay.
And the time that I spent with my younger sister, she was growing up. I was in class 9, 10. She was in class 4, 5. That was very interesting. घर में अर्पिता के साथ खेलना और ट्यूशन प्लस स्कूल मैनेज करना. I had a very good friend circle. We had a lot of fun. So class 9 onwards till class 12 was good fun.
Okay. So there is a question from Abhishek Thattu. What kept you optimistic throughout the journey of preparation, and how much did the family contribute in the journey of the SIS aspirant who's preparing for the exams?
I think your family support, mom, dad, siblings, they play a critical role. मेरे केस में मेरे फादर ने मेरे को बहुत एक प्रोविडेंशियल सा बोला था कि गिव इट योर बेस्ट. नहीं भी हुआ तो 1 साल में जो तूने पढ़ाई की होगी वो कहीं ना कहीं पे तो काम आएगी. इट इज जस्ट गोइंग टू मेक यू अ मोर नॉलेजेबल पर्सन. कमिंग दैट फ्रॉम माय फादर, इट गेव मी अ ग्रेट कंफर्ट. दूसरा मैं ये जरूर बोलूंगा कि आपके पास आईएएस की एग्जामिनेशन करने के लिए, तैयारी करने के लिए प्लान भी हमेशा रहना चाहिए, ताकि अगर ये ना भी हो, दिस इज नॉट द एंड ऑफ द वर्ल्ड, यू कैन मूव ऑन टू योर प्लान. अगर प्लान भी नहीं होता है तो आप एक डेस्परेट सिचुएशन में होते हैं, वो वन शुड अवॉइड. हैव अ प्लान बी एंड
Okay.
लेट योर पेरेंट्स गिव यू दैट सपोर्ट. इनफैक्ट जो पेरेंट्स वहां पे हैं अगर देख रहे हैं तो मेरी रिक्वेस्ट होगी कि अपने जो आपके बच्चे हैं उनको आप अगर पॉजिटिवली मोटिवेट करेंगे, दैट हैज अ मोर इम्पैक्ट देन नेगेटिवली. पारू था पढ़ता था करता चुन करा नहीं किया. उससे ज्यादा अगर आप उनको पॉजिटिवली मोटिवेट कर सकते हैं, दैट गोज अ लॉन्ग वे इन shaping you positively, and you're much better in carrying out your work and your
Okay.
preparation.
There's one question from Raj Rana, which is I'm displaying it here. Would you prefer a central or a state government job, and any preferences to serve in JNK?
Absolutely, absolutely. Now देखिए हमारे केस में क्या है, we have the privilege and the opportunity to serve in both the state level and the central government level. So after serving a few years in the state government level, when I'm eligible for the central deputation, I would love to be a part of the central government. And yes, I want to serve in JNK, क्योंकि पीछे बैठ के बात करने से आई डोंट थिंक काम बनता है. यू हैव टू गेट ऑन द ग्राउंड, फाइट इट आउट एंड हेल्प द पीपल दैट यू वांट टू हेल्प. सो वंस आई
Very
एम
nice.
एलिजिबल फॉर इंटर कार्डर डेपुटेशन, आई विल डेफिनेटली कम टू JNK
Okay, you're
with the
welcome.
support of my with the support of my family and Abhishri and everybody around. I'm sure we'll do
J,
whatever
J,
best to
JNK
serve in JNK.
JNK would be a destination definitely in your career. मुझे सटा वेरी JNK ऐसे जरूर even careers बस आके वेरी JNK. There's one more question. How do we keep next generation of KP kids attracted to IAS, IPS, and such services? What do you suggest? How do we keep the next generation for attracted towards the profession?
आई थिंक अगर शॉर्ट टर्म में देखा जाए, जो सबसे लो हैंगिंग फ्रूट है आज के टाइम में, सब यूट्यूब, इंस्टाग्राम, फेसबुक पे सब यंगस्टर्स हैं. इफ यू कैन जस्ट एक्सपोज देम टू द काइंड ऑफ यूफोरिया दैट एन एस्पिरेंट achieves when he or she becomes a civil servant. आप यूट्यूब पे कोई भी देख लीजिए, टाइप करिए आईएएस टॉपर, आईपीएस, आईआरएस टॉपर, और उनको बस देखने दीजिए. आप यकीन मानिए जिस तरह का यूफोरिया और जिस तरह का क्रेज उन वीडियोस के थ्रू बच्चों में पैदा होता है, एंड राइटफुली सो, इट हैज अ ग्रेट इम्पैक्ट. अब आप देखिए 26-year-old boy sitting here in front of the whole community, getting an opportunity to speak to everybody, being called as a guest. I don't think it happens in a lot of other sectors.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and that's what halaki, if I add to you what you said, serving community is zyada education, teacher, and that was the line which we used to take. Now we have shifted from that line. Base government service. Everybody, my father or everybody's father was a base Kashmir khari government services. So, but they were more dedicated towards educating, and education was one of the big things which we had, and that is what we got as kids, and you got as a kid from them, and we continued and we grew in a different field. So we left that education part, getting into education, being a teacher or a professor or academician. There are many lines in that which we have left, and we've been more into corporate sector. I think the time has come where the next generation, because that has more value. End of the day, we
I think the time has also come for the honorable PM's address. So I think most of the people will go away. But
nahi,
before they
nahi.
go away, there is one message before that happens. I want to
Huh.
humbly put across. Again, take this as somebody who's a very young member of the community. But I think now is the time where definitely we need to keep the history in mind. पीछे क्या हुआ क्या नहीं हुआ, पर जो हिस्ट्री है उसको एक मोटिवेटिंग फैक्टर बनाना पड़ेगा टू अचीव समथिंग. और मेरा ये मानना है कि सर्न कम्युनिटी थोड़ा सा ज्यादा क्रिटिकल कम्युनिटी, the critical as much as ज्यादा critical पन्नी community member. My request would be that if we can just move away from that and really काम ज़्यादा in terms of helping out our members, helping out everybody in the society, especially the people from the community. I think right now is that time. So जब we are angry and we want to do something, rather than just feeling angry about it, we need to go out and help a brother, help a sister, because with that is only when you can achieve something greater for the society, for the country. And it's a humble putting out there sort of a message. Utilize the power of social media, make your voice heard in front of the government, because what is felt also is that we are not able to put across our messages. And when somebody does try to put across a message, the first ones to oppose them are again from the community. So I just think that it's a time to help out every brother and sister that we have. Force multiplier bane, na kyun niche khiche. Once we do that, that is the best way in which we can move ahead. And we have such great talent in every sector possible. If we can just come together and help out each other, I think that will be the best thing to do. And that is the way forward I see as a young
One
student of the community.
wonderful message. As if I wonderful message to for the whole community from a young IAS officer who has to carry forward and who will be an asset for the country, not only the community. It's a fantastic message which is saying that we all as a community should come together and help each other and help grow together as a community. Wonderful, Akshay. सवाल ची base है I think I'll request Facebook users. The problem in this chat is that I cannot get the names. She wants a Facebook user. If the name is listed, then I will be able to tell the name. But there's a question from one Facebook user. What is think about judge inclination between IAS and IFS? Whether I should do IAS or IFS, or how do I judge my inclination? What should I do?
See, if you're somebody who enjoys working on the ground, और आपको पसंद है देखना कि आपकी आंखों के सामने आप बिल्डिंग बना रहे हैं, तो आप आईएएस ज्वाइन करिए. परंतु अगर आपको ज्यादा रुचि इस बात में है कि जो आपको ग्राउंड पे बना के दे रहा है उसको यूज करके वर्ल्ड स्टेज पे थ्रू डिप्लोमेसी, थ्रू नेगोशिएशंस आप अपने कंट्री को ग्लोबल मैप पे कैसे प्रोजेक्ट करेंगे, तो तब आपको आईएफएस ज्वाइन करना चाहिए. मगर आप किसी और पे डिपेंडेंट होंगे ये देखने के लिए कि जो आप, लेट्स से इंडिया चाइना हैज एन एग्रीमेंट decided between the diplomats that we will improve our border infrastructure on both the sides and we'll have a connectivity. That decision will be taken up by the IFS officers. They will have that diplomacy, that narrative and that negotiation. On ground आपका अगर ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट है देखने में कि वो कैसे डेवलप होगा, then you have to go on and join IAS. Again, if you like traveling across the world, join foreign services. But if you're more interested in serving within the country, then join IAS.
Wonderfully said. There's a very interesting question. There's a gentleman, there's a guy called, I think, young guy, Rohit Rana. He's an engineering graduate, Chevry Gamichus, but he wants to start preparing from scratch. What is your suggestion to him?
See, the first step that you have to take is you have to get the UPSC syllabus. वो एक प्रॉपर नोटिफिकेशन होती है, उसको प्रिंट आउट करके अपने पास रखिए, सिलेबस को देखिए, सिलेबस के अकॉर्डिंगली प्रिपरेशन चालू करें, अपने टेस्ट सीरीज में जरूर एनरोल करें ताकि उससे आपकी एक रूटीन आ जाएगी, और उस टेस्ट सीरीज में आपको वीक पर वीक आप सिलेबस के हिसाब से टेस्ट ऑर्गेनाइज किए जाते हैं। बहुत जरूरी है अपने आप को मोटिवेटेड रखें, सो टॉपर्स वीडियोस देखें, इट्स ऑल अवेलेबल ऑनलाइन। कंसिस्टेंसी मेंटेन करें। एक बार अगर सोच लिया है कि यू वांट टू प्रिपेयर, तो 4-5 घंटे हर दिन आपको कंसिस्टेंटली आगे बढ़ना पड़ेगा और पढ़ना पड़ेगा। तो आप अगर प्रिपेयर करने की सोच रहे हैं, प्लीज डोंट थिंक दैट यू हैव कंपटीशन विद 5-6 लाख पीपल। नो, योर कंपटीशन इज विद योरसेल्फ। कि अगर आप उन 5-6 घंटे कंसिस्टेंटली पढ़ाई कर सकते हो, फोकस के साथ, डेडिकेशन के साथ, दैट मीन्स यूर थ्रू। So each day take that as your competition and that as your challenge. And if you can do it, you'll definitely be on the other side of the chat and conversation.
Wonderful. तपा कोर्स तो कमर के कोणी करून तिच्या पेमा करून कोर्स तो कमर कर कोर्स तो कर कोई करें क्यों ना करूं
क्यों सुनो करूं थोड़ा ज्यादा स्मार्ट स्टडीिंग ज्यादा करें।
अच्छा स्मार्ट स्टडीिंग चला
बिल्कुल।
Well, just one, although it's not, I don't think it's a deliberate remark, but there are people from one area of country where they study. You know, I have been also never thought about it, but saw many of my colleagues, batchmates getting into IAS and preparing for IAS. But there was one community which was in my college days, which was actually Karun hi IAS to Karun Bechun ki Karun. Day one they used to think like that. But their studying pattern is 24/7 2 years बेगूसराय में बैठना है और जो गलियां हैं उनमें बैठ के पढ़ना है और 2 साल करके एक आईएएस प्रिपरेशन का एक वो लैंड वो एक बन गया है। ये ऐसे होती है आईएएस प्रिपरेशन 2 साल 24/7।
स्पेकुलेशन, स्टीरियोटाइप्स, परसेप्शन हर फील्ड में होते हैं, इसमें भी है। आपको हार्डवर्क जरूर करना है, बट ये हार्डवर्क के साथ आपको थोड़ी सेंसिबिलिटी और स्मार्टली भी पढ़ना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज उन जितने लोगों की आप बात कर रहे हैं उनमें से मेजॉरिटी डज नॉट क्लियर द पेपर।
अच्छा,
आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट हार्डवर्क डजंट हैव इट्स प्लेस, हार्डवर्क इज द फर्स्ट गोल, बट इट हैज टू बी कॉम्प्लीमेंटेड बाय स्ट्रेटजी एंड स्मार्ट स्टडी, इज माय ओपिनियन।
Okay. Interesting. There's one question which is very interesting. Have you heard about JKVM before? जो जिसमें आप अभी program चल रहा है जम्मू कश्मीर विचार मंच, you have heard about it before, and how will you help to maintain culture and help JKVM in maintaining, a lot of work JKVM does in preserving language and culture and motivate KP kids for getting into civil services. How would you like to contribute to that?
Whichever way you want me to contribute, I'm ready to contribute. You decide how you want to do it, I'm there.
Okay. Absolutely right. Perfect. Akshay is willing to contribute whatever we say to do. There is a question from Chavi Call. She's a young girl. Interviews में क्या सवाल पसंद है? इसी इंटरव्यू से आसान it's a very
फटाफट स्माइल इसलिए आ गई बिकॉज मेरा इंटरव्यू जब हुआ था तो जाते ही मेरे से सबसे पहला सवाल पूछा गया कि 5 give the name of 5 living people who are extremely good in serving the society. अब आप इंटरव्यू की प्रिपरेशन में और उस नर्वसनेस में जब बैठते हैं, सबसे पहला नाम आता है गांधी जी। तो मैंने भी बोला गांधी जी, अंबेडकर, and so on and so forth. The chairman asked me again, He said, "Did you hear my question properly?" I said, "Living people." So जाते ही मेरा पूरा इंटरव्यू का स्ट्रेटेजी सब बाहर चला गया, because he was able to shake me down. But उसके बाद I composed myself, I kept myself calm. उसके बाद जितने सवाल आते गए, they were mostly related to my work, because I'd served in the Ministry of Commerce for appearing for the interview. A lot of questions were on the foreign trade negotiations, foreign trade agreements, ease of doing business. I had just shifted to defense, so they asked me questions about Kargil. They asked me about Jammu Kashmir. What is the aspiration of Kashmiri Pandit community? In fact, that was one of the questions that was asked.
Acha.
Thankfully, I was able to answer them, and I got a decent score in the interviews. But the first question was, और उससे मेरे को ये समझ आया कि how important it is to be a good listener.
Okay. I think it's 8 o'clock and Modi ji has started. So I don't know how many viewers are still on, but we had last one question. The books you read, do you are a vivacious reader? You read, or it's like you gather your knowledge from social media, which is nowadays a lot more applicable. But how do you see reading books?
I have never been a very prolific sort of a reader. My reading is limited to only non-fiction. So I read a lot of autobiographies, the books on governance, administration, politics. Fiction I've never been a big fan of.
Okay.
But during this quarantine time, my reading has certainly gone up. I've been reading a lot online, in fact. Amazon, Kindle, use karke I've read a lot, but mostly non-fiction.
Okay. Interesting. And does it help in when you are in IAS preparations and all? It's more about the bookish knowledge which you need, or it's something which is beyond school, beyond books, what is required to get into it?
IAS के एग्जाम के पर्सपेक्टिव से आपको सिलेबस पे ही फोकस करना चाहिए. हर सिलेबस की थीम का एक बुक लिस्ट होता है. It should be just limited to that. Once you get into the service, then you can have a worldview through a lot of other sources. But purely for the exam, you should be focused in studying. इस पेपर में आपसे PhD नहीं मांगी जाती है. इसमें आपको as a generalist, you should have a grip over most of the things that are mentioned in the syllabus.
Okay. Thank you very much, Akshay. I think I have a message. Thanks for Modi ji has come. So I don't know what Modi ji is going to talk about. But how is the situation in Tripura? The COVID, I think, as a state, the virus has been not so much active there. It's under control, or whatever it is. It's a better situation.
Till a few days back, it was very controlled, but then unfortunately it got spread between the BSF. So we have high number of cases amongst the BSF, but otherwise amongst the civilians, it is by and large well contained.
And the activities in the markets and all are controlled, are following the same guidelines as the central guidelines
of the country.
Okay. And how do you find Tripura as a place? It's Agartala is temperatures are nice, so it's
Garam Chuaria, but it's a good city. It's a beautiful city, and that's where my career in the service has started as. And I'll always have a soft corner for the city, but I love the state.
Okay.
And I'm very, very glad to be serving here. It is mostly Bengali culture and some tribal culture, but it's a very interesting place.
Okay. Thank you very much, Akshay. It was pleasure to be with you for 1 hour, 20 minutes. I think. I'm just checking out if we have any other questions. So no, we don't have much. Thank you very much, Akshay, and we hope to see you. We hope to see you in Delhi whenever you are here. And God bless you. Good luck for your new life, which going to start soon. And बुलाइजो भाई ऐसे मस्जिद करने करीब तन तो I'm asking for the साल कार्ड के बात
Definitely.
Okay. Thank you very much, Akshay. Good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Namaskar.
Namaskar. Namaskar. Thank you, Mara. I hope Toyosu, it was an interesting section with Akshay. A very nice speaker and wonderful to be on the show. And thank you very much, all the people who logged in to this page. There was a technology glitch in between, but I think we carried on well. There was an interesting interview. The first time which I have done is Gondish Ledki Nafar light gate Mohammed Maz the Pat Nafras interview hai na. So that was something very interesting in this, and that's part of being in the interview. Thank you very much. And my Modi ji as Logmut Dapun ke I don't know what all he's going to say, Bano or Bayo or. I'm sure people would have been started watching it. Good luck, and we have a session tomorrow at the same time, 7:30. We will not change the time. Today we had to change the time because of the 8 p.m. Prime Minister's session. Pagamara ISS session 7:30. We will have the name and the host shortly published. And I hope everybody had a good time with Akshay ji. And good luck till tomorrow. And namaskar, Sani. Baki, last Deepti ji has started yesterday something to do with the mantra. Deep ji she sozan subhay ak mantra. Tachtapantyam anti-COVID mantra. The Bitpar so I collect before we say, and let's pray to the God that everything ends well. This member against Jaldi Saling. Jayanti Mangala Curly, Badr Curly Kapalini, Durga Shama Shiv Dhatri, Swaha Soda Namostate. Namaskar Marasani. Thank you. Good luck and goodbye. Happy times, safe times, Kathba times, Sarsat Paga Beakleti. Same JKVM live Kathba channel. Namaskar. Bye bye.